We'll be back with more with that story in just a moment. I apologize for that hitch. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta's second-term cabinet has become a politicking cabinet in the recent past as the country gears up towards the 2022 polls. With lines drawn and the cabinet sharply divided into loyalty camps, conspicuous cabinet secretaries have been playing politics under the guise of inspecting.
Driving in fuel guzzlers, enjoying police escort, inspecting guard of honors, and the affluence that befits the office of a cabinet secretary. It is time for certain members of cabinet to shine. Not really shining in the work they have been entrusted by the president, but to prove who can shine better in politics and cabinet works. This is a life of a few cabinet secretaries who have coalesced eyes front on 2022, with their future in cabinet bleak after Kenyatta's tenure. The bandwagon, led by Interior CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i, has recruited other CSs, among them ICT CS Joe Musheru, Education CS George Magoha, Devolution CS Eugene Wamalwa, Forestry and Environment CS Keriako Tobiko, and the latest entrant, Mutahi Kagwe. The all-men caucus has veered off into the murky waters of politics and taking President Uhuru Kenyatta's critics head-on. The recent being Friday, where CS Keriako Tobiko blasted Deputy President William Ruto, referring to him as just a mere clerk to the president, in a petty quarrel with the latter's diehard Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchumba Murkomen.
There are still 2 years. 2 years. To 2022. The office of the president is not vacant at all. Under the Constitution, there is only one office that is recognized, and that is the President of the Republic of Kenya. And that office is not vacant.
But it is not only Keriako Tobiko who has openly expressed his utter disgust in Deputy President William Ruto. His immediate boss, the Christian Super CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i, has not once publicly confessed that he works and reports to President Uhuru Kenyatta in his nationwide tours. Even in the much talked about cabinet recess, on the day he was supposed to go on recess, Matiang'i and CS Joe Musheru hit the ground running full throttle.
As you know, we are supposed to be on recess, and the media has been talking about us and recess. But this is a very important function, very important meeting. We are always very happy to meet with the youth.
So no recess, it was time well spent this morning, and it's my pleasure to declare the
CSs are either inspecting national government projects or accessing counties' COVID-19 preparedness. Even when the curve is said to be flattening, they have been playing politics surreptitiously. At one time, in a coded yet well-passed message, the newest entrant into Uhuru's cabinet, Health CS Mutahi Kagwe, endorsed Interior CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i for a higher seat.
Ninyi watu wa Kisii, saa hii sio ya kubehave normally. Kitaka kuona mbele, mkiwa na macho ya kuona mbele, sasa ni lazima mshikane pamoja, ni lazima muwe kitu kimoja, ni lazima mnasema na msemo mmoja, ndio yote iwezekane.
A day ago, at a trip in Kajiado, Kagwe confessed that were it not for Matiang'i, who had called for the meeting, he wouldn't have set foot in Kajiado if the meeting was called by another person.
Ukisema huyu ni Simba, unaangalia Mutahi Kagwe unasema huyo sio Mutahi Kagwe, huyo ni Matiang'i. Na unaendelea unasema kila siku huyu ni Matiang'i. Wewe unafikiri siku moja Mutahi Kagwe atakuwa Matiang'i? Hata ukizungumza miaka 1000, mimi nitakuwa Matiang'i kweli? Nitakuwa Matiang'i kweli jamani? My brother Matiang'i, the president did not make a mistake in appointing you to be the chair of this sub-cabinet committee of the full cabinet of NDICC. Kuna wale wanasema Matiang'i amechukua kazi ya mtu fulani. Matiang'i hajachukua kazi ya mtu fulani.
Matiang'i amnafanya kazi jukumu lile amepewa na rais kulingana na nguvu zake kikatiba.
The bandwagon led by the powerhouse, the enigmatic Matiang'i, has continued to ignore the president's calls on his members of cabinet to keep off politics. A visibly angry Uhuru Kenyatta in 2019 read the Riot Act to members of cabinet who went about politicking. But seems the big five might be having the blessings of the president. Were it not so, he would have already cracked the whip.
Sisi si wanasiasa. Hizi ni watu wa serikali, tumepewa kazi na mheshimiwa rais kufanya na tutaifanya. Najua tunakula ile kiapo inasema tutafanya kazi bila shauku, uoga wala mapendeleo.
Wewe kama huko tayari kufanyia wananchi kazi na jukumu lako ni siasa, piga about turn. Vijana niko nao wengi ambao wako tayari kufanya kazi.
For Mwangi Kionjuri and Rashid Echesa, it became messy and noisy. They were shown the door from cabinet for playing politics. Maybe they served as a lesson to members of cabinet who are deputy president's allies who have decided to keep it low and let the big five run the show. It has proven to be a tall order for cabinet secretaries choosing between politics and work in a cabinet that Uhuru Kenyatta promised to be devoid of politicians. Each is as sweet and enjoyable as the other. Mwangi Maina, TV 47, Nairobi.
Now let's go back to that story on the Tharaka-Nithi Governor Muthomi Njuki, who is at this hour being grilled by Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission detectives in Nairobi after he surrendered this morning. The embattled governor surrendered just days after the Director of Public Prosecutions, Lordin Haji, ordered his arrest over the irregular award of 34 million shillings tender. Our reporter Lauren Nanok is at EACC offices and now joins me. What more do we know about this, Nanok, if you can hear me?
Yes, Mombi, I'm still here at the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, waiting for the interrogation of the Tharaka-Nithi Governor Muthomi Njuki to conclude. And so far, all we know, he arrived here at around 10:30 a.m. to present himself before this commission. This is after DPP Nordin Haji directed his arrest over the irregular award over 34.9 million shillings tender to one Weston Investments Limited back in Tharaka-Nithi County, and together with the governor there are 16 more county officials here with him being interrogated on the irregular award of this tender. And Mombi, a few brief background about this governor. He is serving Tharaka-Nithi for the first time since 2017 after vying for the seat under the Jubilee ticket, and previously he was the Member of Parliament at the Chaka constituency back in Tharaka-Nithi. And so we are still pitching our camp here at the EACC, waiting to hear what transpires after the interrogation. And possibilities and high chances are that the governor, together with the 16 county officials, will be arraigned in court at the Milimani Law Courts later this afternoon. And therefore we are here to, reassure that and be certain about that matter. Therefore, we are still here awaiting for the interrogation to conclude and maybe hear from the governor himself on what his sentiments are about this interrogation today. Mombi, that's it for now, and more information will come in the subsequent bulletins.
Thank you so much, Nanok, for those details on the grilling of the Tharaka-Nithi Governor Muthomi Njuki at EACC over allegations of misappropriation of funds in the county. We'll be giving you more details on that story in our subsequent bulletins. Now, moving on, a section of Western MCAs allied to Deputy President William Ruto have launched a movement dubbed Team Ruto Mashinani Movement that will help to reach the locals in the grassroots for Ruto's 2022 presidential bid. Speaking in Bungoma town, the county lawmakers have called on the cabinet secretaries to keep off politics or resign. Wanji Sustain reports.
2 years to the general election and politicians have their eyes set on the prize 2022. In Western region, a section of MCAs allied to Deputy President William Ruto from different counties have launched a movement that will sell his 2022 agendas in the grassroots. Speaking to the press after launching the movement, the MCS stated that democracy will be on trial in the coming polls.
Ni kikundi ambacho kitaenda kwa mama mboga, kitaenda kwa yule mtu ambaye hajapokea habari, ili tuhakikishe kwamba naibu wa rais ambaye ni Bwana Ruto anaenda kuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Tunaenda kuuza sera, hatutaenda kushindana na watu kutusiana. We are just going to compete on ideologies, believing that the country of Kenya believes in democracy, and we are going to treat our competitors as fellow competitors who are not enemies, so that tukifika mashinani tuhamasishe watu mashinani kwamba sisi tunataka kuuza sera zetu in terms of one Kenya, United Nation and one people.
They have also called on cabinet secretaries who are playing politics to resign or keep off politics completely.
Malumbano ambayo yanaendelea kati ya junior officers attacking the deputy president is very unfortunate, but we want to call upon the CS majukumu ambayo walipewa, wacha wafanye majukumu yao na wasiingie mambo ya siasa. If they wish to do politics, we want to request them to resign as clear as possible.
The group has also said that it will not be cowed to change its support the deputy president and his 2022 ambitions.
Hatutaki watu wataifuata akili zao ya kwamba pengine kuna kitu inaenda kusimamisha. Nataka tuambie kwamba tunaangalia hapo 2022 tuhakikishe ya kwamba naibu wetu wa rais anaingia State House.
We are saying, as a free world, as a free country that believes in constitution, we are here to champion the ideas and ideologies of our candidate, and for now we don't want to beat about the bush. Our candidate is William Samoei Ruto.
Wanji Sostin, TV47, Bungoma.
Away from politics, Kenyans have been urged to instill solid educational pillars, strong ethical foundations, and essential life skills to the youth as ways to avert wanton corruption as they take leadership positions. The move follows increasing trends of corruption, which has been creeping and making a grip in the public service. Speaking in Nakuru during a Youth United for Peace organization meeting, Josephat Kamasi said the youth should speak out in one voice against corruption, no matter their political and religious differences.
My name is Hamasi Josephat. I'm the leader of Youth United for Peace in Kenya. Our idea was to train young people for the issue of violence, radicalization and extremism, for them to understand the diversity, tolerance, harmony and dialogue. And what we have been doing was to train them so that they can replicate that within their religious clusters. So these young people come from different faiths. They are not one, they come from different faiths. So each one of them has learned and have been trained by us, and we want them to go to replicate religious diversity, harmony, tolerance within.
A lot. I've learned a lot. Most importantly is the social relation.
It has helped the young people who are idle out there to know that it is our responsibility as young people to be able to understand that this nation depends on us, whether it is now or tomorrow. Most people normally say that the leaders of tomorrow are the young people, but I always say it is us who are supposed to change things now.
Tukiangalia program yenye tumekuja tukapata kufundishwa hii for Youth for Peace, unaona imetuleta tukakuwa kitu kimoja. Mtu kama mimi sikujua kitu kizuri kama ukitoka kwa kazi ya mwindi unaweza kufanya kazi yako personally. Unaona hizi vitu zenye zinaendelea mtaani, vijana tukijiunga katika welding, kama mtu kama mimi naweza fanya welding na tunaweza fanya art zozote. Kwa hivyo tukifanya art kama kitu kimoja, tushikane na Waislamu na dini zingine, tutakuja tufaidike sana.
TUSKYS Mattresses Limited, popularly known as TUSKYS, is putting on a resilient effort after months of troubles with its suppliers due to low business that caused losses amounting to millions of shillings over the weekend. The company relaunched Kilifi and Malindi stores as part of their move to bring back confidence to their clients. Speaking during the relaunch of Malindi store, Head of Business Development John Muitiriri said that the stocking exercise is going on in all their 55 stores countrywide. He exuded confidence, saying that the supermarket chain will be in business for a long time, despite the challenges they have faced previously.
This is our store in Malindi, and we are very much glad to inform you that we are really back as far as stocking up is concerned. And as you can see around, and I hope you've really seen around, is that we've really stocked up this store. And not only this store, but this is an exercise that we are doing across all our stores in the country. And for this reason, we are going around the counties just to ensure that we're able to relaunch and being able to convince our shoppers that we are back to back. We are calling our campaign the back-to-back campaign, ensuring that we are able to convince them that we are back and we are fully stocked. And TUSKYS is here to stay. TUSKYS is not going anywhere. We are here to stay. And we are back in business. Some of the challenges that we have faced before, those are things that we can now say in the past. We are continually improving every day. It's basically a continuous improvement that we are doing every day. Whatever you'll see here tomorrow will be different from what you are seeing today. And to be very honest, we are really back in the scene. We are all privy to the fact that when this pandemic came in, I think most of the businesses were in one way or the other affected. And this did not only affect the retail environment, it's also many of the sectors. So the pandemic, of course, brought with itself less disposable income, meaning that people were spending less, the sales had declined. And as a result, of course, for such a retail business that we are fully reliant on our shoppers, if their disposable incomes go down, it becomes very difficult to keep on moving at the same speed as we were in. But I would like to really
Elgeyo Governor Alex TOLGOS today appeared before the Senate County Public Accounts and Investments Committee to answer to audit queries of financial years 2016-2017, 2017-2018, and 2018-2019. This is despite Council of Governors Chairman Wycliffe Oparanya threatening that governors won't be appearing before the committee due to COVID-19 and bribery claims.
So, Honorable Chairman, that matter remains as it is.
Thank you, Chair. Governor, I've listened to your response in regards to the 4.4 million. And one thing that baffles me, which I'd like you to clarify, is on the issue of the Public Audit Act, Section 31(4) states as follows. I'm going to read it to you. The accounting officer shall, within 14 days from the date of receipt of the draft management letter, submit a response to the Auditor General, including remedial action that has been undertaken to address any qualifications in the draft management letter. So the first question that I'd like answered is that, Governor, did you receive the draft management letter from the Auditor General? On that particular query of the county-owned generated revenue, did you give that response to the auditors within the 14 days stipulated by the law? And before coming into this meeting, you had a chance to talk to the auditors to get the clarity. Did you take that time to clarify that and now give that response that you gave to the auditors? And finally, on what the auditor is saying, that answer, which is a journal entry, if it was wrongfully captured, why was it not rectified during the audit period?
Chair, Before you answer, please, and then you can come in. Auditors, my simple question is, the issue should be, and I would request you to be precise in your answers, because you are the people who deal with numbers and figures. Has this matter been resolved, yes or no?
Not yet. I've not verified.
Okay.
It's correct.
So your issue is that the documentation that has been provided by the county, you have not been able to verify.
My issue is the document.
Now, a group of youth from the Ragwa constituency in Nyandarua have joined hands and created a forum aimed at empowering and mentoring the Nyandarua girl child. The forum under Kiandege Caring Daughters is sensitizing young girls against premature relationships that might lead to early pregnancies. Now, girls from underprivileged families were the most preyed on, falling victims of early and unwanted pregnancies as they struggle to meet some of their basic needs, such as buying sanitary towels. The group aims to reach out to at least 10,000 young girls in Nyandarua.
Watamake hadi kurudi shule next year bila kudanganya juu vijana wanawadanganya, wanawanunulia pads, so huyo msichana ana fall in akidanganywa na huyo mjamaa. But tukiwaelimisha na kuambia that tukiwapea hiyo kitu kidogo wataweza kustahimili hii situation na hawatadanganywa.
Tutaenda hadi huko nyumbani kwao, tutawafikia wote. The target ni msichana. Mtoto msichana lazima tumlinda.
Lakini pia ningependa kupea advice kwa wasichana. Tunafind hata venye tunaambiwa kimajali au maboy ati ndio wabaya. Basi ukweli. Wasichana unaona msichana ako push sana, asimbue kijana. Not only boys who are bad but also girls. You find that anaambiwa miss I don't want you but she still pushing. So kama una find kwa koti kitu ki happen dem anakuwa pregnant, anaambiwa chalini anafungiwa but si ati ni fault yake, fault mpaka ya msichana juu.
And now in the world of sports, defender Sergio Ramos was twice on target as Spain coasted to a 4-0 win against Ukraine.